Alright guys, okay, today I'm just going to take you along with me. It's going to be a little short video, but this right here is a mulberry. It's a dwarf mulberry. Now dwarf mulberries will get 6 to 8 feet, more like 8 feet tall, 6 feet wide. They get big and they put out some nice berries, but I put it in this pot, but the more I've been thinking about it, I'm gonna put it in the ground. So now what I do a lot, as you can see, like maybe can you see right down here? If you can see there, you can see back here. I put my trees, see right here, look right there. I put them in things so that when I go to weed eat around it, I don't hit the tree when it's young, you know what I mean? Especially when it's young. Alright, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to be putting this mulberry in the front yard. And I got this piece of a garbage can, you know, like I pick things up. People throw garbage cans away. I'll take them and do like that. And right here, let's see, like this, and I'll cut it and get me a little section here and use this to put in the ground and plant me a tree in the inside of it to keep it protected from when I'm weed eating and stuff. So I started digging this out. I said, let me video this. Okay, this ground here, you should be able to see, see all the wood chips and the mulch, because for the last 3 years I have been collecting wood chips, and I've just filled this whole area in. So this is almost like, this dirt that I'm pulling out of here is almost like a compost. That's how good it is, okay? Because it's, I mean, look at it. Look at see the mud? And, okay, so, hold on, let me show you something here while we're right here. I'll show you, and maybe I can zoom in on it, but here's my banana trees, and there's some bananas. And I want you to look up here, and there's another set of bananas coming out right here. And can't see it from here. You won't be able to see it. I'll show you when I go in the yard. I got to go around the yard, and I'll show you from the other side. So I've got to go dig the mulberry out of that pot. Now I got to figure out something I got to put in that pot. That's what I'm going to be pulling up out of the pot. I got to fix my wall up here. I got to add some mud. I've lost a lot of mud at the top. I got to get some more mud in there. And I got to fix me a little irrigation thing up there. But I want to come around here. Sorry. Compost pile. I got to get that together. That's going to be happening. And here we go here. Another set of bananas. There they are. Ain't that cool? Beautiful. That's going to probably all together. Probably when one of those stalks finished with bananas, there's 50 to 75 bananas on one. There's 3 of them. I could have anywhere from 150 to 200 bananas. Yeah, really. Okay. I'm gonna dig this out. I want to put it inside. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and dig this up out of here. All right, there you have it. Nice little mulberry bush. Now this is it, and I'm gonna bring you here month after month and let you see this thing, how it's gonna grow. Okay, this is just the very beginning of my front yard garden. I want to do an edible front yard garden. That's a mulberry. I have the bananas back here. I have a loquat here, which we call them Japanese plum tree here. And the rest of these bushes I got back here, I'm going to be pulling all of that out. I'm going to be planting goji berries, huckleberries, different kind of berry bushes that I'm going to be putting all through here, and incorporating then some flowers that's medicinal, and even these berries, a lot of them are medicinal, and so this is just the beginnings of me working on this front yard. Okay. So that's the only three things I have in here that are edible is the Japanese plum, the mulberry, and the bananas. And bananas are good. They are good. Okay, so just wanted to kind of let you see me planting that. And there it is. It looks good. And like I said, this whole area I've been packing with wood chips for 3 years. This is some really fertile soil here. You know, when you plant a tree, I always recommend, and it's always recommended, that you put fertilizer with your tree. Well, I didn't have to do that with this. And when I put this in here last year, now I want you to look at this tree, because I'm 5.5 feet, so I'm not that tall. But this tree is almost 8 feet tall, right here. This tree, almost 8 feet. Last year we put it in here, and it wasn't taller than me. Okay, so in a year, this thing has doubled in size, and I hadn't gotten any fruit on it yet, because I believe it's still growing. Probably next year will be the year, or it might be this year in the fall. I don't know. I don't know when this puts out fruit, but I'm constantly watching it for any signs of fruit, and I might be seeing it. I see a lot of new growth, and so anyway, we're going to keep an eye on this, and you know, check out what we're going to get here. I have this old swing set right here that I'm leaving here, and I think I'm going to move it a little bit, and I'm going to put me a grapevine on it. And it's probably going to need more than that. I think grapevines grow, you know, a lot more than that. But I'm gonna start it on that. Then from there, I'll do what I have to do. But I'm going to take that and I'm going to turn it. I'm going to turn it that way, where it'll be facing like this. I'm going to put the grapes growing pretty much along the property line right here. Okay guys, just wanted to share that with you today while I transplanted a mulberry tree. And we're going to keep an eye on it and watch how good it's going to grow. I want to look forward. Okay, you guys, I'm glad you got to spend some time with me today. Thanks for spending time with me and coming with me and being a witness to this transplant. Quail are doing good. We're slowly getting back to laying. In here this evening. I got to change all their change the trays. This is the fourth egg so far today, and actually it gives me what I need to make 2 jars of pickled eggs. I got to get them. I'm gonna probably make that tonight because I got some people waiting, and I'll make those tonight and get those going, and then I'll collect eggs Thursday. No, let's see, what is today? Tuesday. I'll collect eggs Wednesday and Thursday and Friday. To make some more pickled eggs, and then Saturday and Sunday, the eggs I collect, I'm gonna keep them to put in the incubator, and hopefully we'll get in the area of about 16 eggs, 15 eggs, somewhere in there, that will get to incubate. And when I do that, that means I got to get this breeder cage here ready to go. I don't have to get the pans made for it. I got to make a feeder like this, the box, but then the pipe is going to come along the outside here and go in, just like that. See how that comes down the outside and goes in. Okay, I just want to share with you a little bit about wood chips. And you know, if you've been watching videos, they got people planting stuff into wood chips, and really, you know, you got to find out if that's works for you. There's some people it works for, some people it don't. I don't particularly use it in the back, but it's going to be what I do in the front here. I've been putting wood chips down for 3 years and not really planting anything in it. Everything that's here, this is a bird of paradise. It's been here for years, a long time, and so the only recent things I planted was I just planted the mulberry and Japanese plum and my bananas. And so now when you plant trees, if you don't have this going on already, you need to add fertilizer to your trees when you plant them. Okay, you need it. It's a necessity. I didn't do that here because my whole ground is fertile now because these wood chips have been breaking down for 3 years now. So like you saw when I dug in there how black and rich the soil was, and it wasn't even packed down. It was pretty soft, and so that's going to cause those roots to root deep, easy, quick, because that's a fast growing tree, and it's going to root real quick. It caused this thing to grow double in size from when I first planted this thing, where do I get them? I get them from the power company. Here in Louisiana where I live, it's called Entergy, and you can call your power company, and apparently there's several people down here that want the chips, so you get on a list, and one day you get a call. We have the load, and when they call you, they come in that day because they got to get rid of the load, and you're next on the list. I never had a call the day before or a week before. It's always that day. And so if I wasn't here and I was on a job, man, I came here because I didn't want to lose it. But anyway, get yourself on the list, and if maybe you might luck out, you don't have to get on the list, and we'll come out when you want some, and tell them when, and let them come out and get it for you and dump it for you. And if you can get 2 loads, get 2, or whatever you can do. I usually get 2 loads. And now I didn't get any this year. We called in, they said they wasn't doing it because of the coronavirus. So I didn't get any yet. But it's okay because my ground is really good. Now, if I would get some more, that would prevent all these weeds that are growing and the grass things that are growing in here. It's just silver dollars and some other things. Really not much grass at all. It's just more weeds. And it would actually... it's not much. I mean, if you look around, now I haven't weed eated in here in probably 2 months. So I got a patch there, here, you know. I mean, it's not bad for 2 months. If this was a yard, it would be knee high. Okay, so anyway, I am going to get some more as soon as they'll bring it. I'm going to get them, you know, because I use them. Now in my backyard, I spread it all in the areas where I walk, and then I use them in the gardens too. But I still do raised beds and elevated gardens. Now I need some now when I do the pig pen. I'm gonna use the wood chips to help keep the smell down from the pigs. So I need to get them. So I'm not going to get the pigs till all this passes and I can get the wood chips. But I just want to kind of give you some information on the wood chips. Call your power company and see if you can get them. And if you can't get them there, you know, call around. There are some people that cut trees that all they do is go dump that stuff somewhere, and they'll gladly give it to you or sell it to you at a very cheap price. So don't pay a lot for it because there's a lot of free places you can get it. You just got to look for it. So I just wanted to give you a heads up on that. That's why when I plant my trees here, I don't need to go buy some fertilizer to put in the hole with the tree, because my ground is like a big fertilizer, because it's 3 years in the making here of wood chips breaking down. And so I just want to give you a heads up on that, you guys. And I highly recommend that you get wood chips and figure out how you're going to use them. Use them in your beds to keep the weeds out, and they break down, and it's good, makes good rich black soil when it breaks down, and then you can get another load the next year. So they're good to have. The chips are good to have. I highly recommend them. Now I don't know all about the back to Eden gardening and all that. I don't know about all that. You got to find what works for you. I found what works for me, and you need to find what works for you. But you can always use the wood chips and incorporate them some kind of way. It makes soil, it breaks down and adds micro bugs in your soil that needs to be in your soil to make your soil rich and full of nutrition for your plants. So it's a very good thing to have. I highly recommend that you begin to call around and see if you can get yourself wood chips and begin to figure out how you're going to use it. You know, if you get your weed eater out and weed eat, just listen, you can do this. Weed eat your grass, and Now what I've done is I would put something over the grass. Like you can use a tarp or some plastic, and let that sit over the spot where you're going to put a garden, okay? And leave it there for a while, and it's going to kill the weeds, okay? It'll kill the weeds. Then you can pull that up. You can put you some cardboard or paper, newspaper, all that stuff down on the ground. Pour some mud over it and wood chips, and you will have very little weeds, and you just keep up the wood chips. Now you're going to get weeds because birds drop seeds and all that, but they're growing in the wood chips, and they usually pull out really easy. If you go every day, you look around, you pull them. Don't let them get where you got 1 million of them to pull, and every day you pull a few when you see them coming up. They're only right there in the top surface of the wood chips, and they're easy to pull out. That's what I love about it. I hate weeds, and if you get into this, that's the thing you're going to hate too. This could be your enemy. You're not going to like the weeds. So nobody, no farmer, no homesteader likes the weeds. So I just want to recommend that to you. I wanted to throw that in, and before I sign out. All right, you guys be blessed. See you on the next video.